In the 7th class, there are 26 girls and 8 boys. 26 girls and 8 boys. If the total number of students is greater than or equal to 54, which equals represented 26 girls and 8 boys. 26 girls and 8 boys. If the total number of students is greater than or equal to 54, which in culture represents 26 plus 12 is greater than or equal to 54. That's A. Yes. A country received 4,000 vaccines in January and V vaccines in February. If the total vaccines received in the 2 months was at most 10,000, which in culture is correct. At most 10,000 means it can be 10,000 and below. It cannot be 10,001. So 4,000 plus V vaccine is at most 10,000. It is 10,000 or less. At most 10,000. So 4,000 plus that one is less or equal to 10,000. That is C. That is C. Correct. The mass of a rhino is 8 tons and the mass of an elephant is 6 tons. If their combined mass is at least 10 tons, which will represent this. So the mass of a rhino is 8 tons plus the mass of an elephant is 6 tons. So if their combined mass is at least 10 means it is 10 and above. So it's greater or equal to 10. It is 10 and above, at least 10 tons. It is 10 or more. Y plus 6 is greater or equal to 10. That is B. Y plus 6 is greater or equal to 10B. Correct. At least means greater than or equal to. Number 4. Train A carried X passengers and train B carried 3 times as many as train A. So train A carries X passengers and train B, this was train A, and train B carries 3 times as many as train A. So it's 3 times as many as train A. If the total number of passengers was at least 1,200, at least 400 means it's 1,200 plus 400 and above. So it can be 400, 201 and above, but it cannot be 399. At least 400. Which inequality is correct? So this is X plus 3X is at least 400. So it's more or equal to 400. So X plus 3X, X plus 3X is greater or equal to 400. That is A. Correct. That's correct. Take off 4 would be Mary sold kiwi groceries in the morning and 100 more in the evening. If her total sales were more than 300, which is equal to correct, so total was kiwi in the morning and 100 more in the evening. Kiwi and 100 more in the evening. So kiwi plus 100. If the sales were more than 300, they were not 300, they were more than 300. They were not 300. They were more than 300. So it cannot be 300. It's 301 plus 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 plus. So more than 300. Q plus 100 is greater than 300A. Correct. Correct. Must be strictly greater than 300. Must be strictly greater. Now, the statement when 5 is added to a number n, the result is less than 20 can be formed as n plus 5 now. When 5 is added to a number n, the result is less than 20. Yeah, this is strictly less than 20, so that is true because it's strictly less than 20. So we say that is true. Yes, that is true. Less than, that is true. So we go to number 7. A student has cash shillings. After buying a pen for 50 shillings, the remaining money is no more than 200 shillings, which equals is correct. So you have cash shillings. After buying a pen for 50 shillings, the remaining money is no more than 200. It's not more than 200, so it can be 200, but it cannot be more than 200. So it is less than or equal to 200. No more than 200. It can be 200. It can be 200, but not more than 200. Yeah, no more than 200. So this is not that 6, so it's k minus 50 is less or equal to 200. So that's A. Yes, correct. Paying means subtracting, no more than. It's just checked. Now we go to number 8. A girl saves S shillings every day. In 7 days, a total will get at least 700 shillings, which corresponds to 20. So a girl saves S every day. S every day. That will multiply by 7. So we'll have 7S. A total savings in 7 days, a total savings at least 700. So this is at least 700. At least, so it's more. So it's more or equal to 700. It's more or equal to 700. At least 700. 700 and more. So 7S is greater or equal to 700. That is B. That's B, and it's correct. At least means greater than or equal to. A tank has W liters of water. After 20 liters are removed. W after 20 liters are removed. The amount left is below 150. Below 150, so it cannot be 150. It's below 150. It's below 150. It cannot be 150. So W minus 20 is below 150. That's A. Yes, below is strictly less than. So below is strict. In a school, there are P pupils. On a rainy day, 15 were absent. If the number of pupils present was no less than 200, so there were 200 and more. No less than 200 and more. So P minus 15 is greater or equal to 200. Yes, correct. We are done.